Hi friends, welcome back to my YouTube channel if you're new here. I'm in the car. I don't even know if the audio is gonna sound really that well because it's hot in Texas and I cannot film at home. Really no more right now until summer is over because my family, they never be quiet. So we're in the car. It's like freaking what? It's 95 degrees, feeling like 105 with this heat that we have, but I'm used to it. So I'm sorry in advance if you can hear the AC. I literally just got out of work and it's like what? It's June the 4th and I'm barely now filming my wrap up because I read so many damn books last month because of the Mermay readathon. I participated as being, Team Coral, the host leader. And yeah, let's just talk about all the books I read. It's going to be a rapid wrap up because I'm not going to go into too much detail. You can look at my storygraph review and I'm sure too you can look up other people. I do want to admit though, some of the authors, like I'm questioning like 2 authors I never heard about anything if they're like pro-Palestine or pro-Israel. So I'm not sure what the deal is with some of them, but I just want to let you know that some of the authors I don't know, but I tried to read, like diverse my reading this month, which I feel like I kind of did. So also I'm literally like in a public parking lot at my library because I feel like it's the most convenient and obviously place you would film a wrap-up video. So yeah, let's get into it. The first one I read physically that I have, I'm going to donate after this because book of the month, and 2, it was okay to me and I don't really see sentimental value of me keeping it, is Sally Rager's The Only One Left. I gave this 4.25 stars. I see the hype, what everyone was talking about. It was really good and the plot twist got me because I was not expecting what it was, because literally I forgot one thing about one of the characters that was kind of obvious, like a cliche, but the other main plot threw me off and I did not know that. So wow, I was very shocked about that. And also too, like learning about Kit's family and then to like connections in this book and the mystery and like waiting to figure out. I just wanted to know. I was listening to it mainly on audiobook while working overtime last month and still this month in June. So yeah, it was just like a fast audiobook for me. Kept me very intrigued and up on my toes, and yeah, so I had to say nothing too significant. Really good book. So next up, this is an audiobook I also listened to for this month, which was also for like a prompt for my team, which is Out of the Blue. I gave this one 4.25 stars. So wholesome. I love the messages. I love the little YA-ness of this. And then too, I love non-binary mermaid. Oh, it was so cute. I was like, oh, I love this. Like they didn't do gender it's just so cute. And then too, the slang they're using was just giggle worthy and a little bit cringy, but I kind of liked it because it's just so cute and wholesome and fun and lighthearted to me. It was a perfect YA summary queer book I needed for, in May. And then too, I also adore the topics discussed with labels, love, and trying to discover your own adventure in life and the paths we choose and stuff and things happening for a reason. It was so cute. I really highly recommend it for, this month in June, now that we're in Pride Month. Next up, I had this physical book. I gave it 5 stars, which is House of Hollow. I read it because of Frankie and Chloe and Emily. We were all reading it, and I liked it a lot. I wasn't expecting to like it. I was listening to it mainly on audiobook, but I do have a physical copy because it's been on my TBR for so long. And yeah, 5 stars, it's gonna be stuck in my head for like a bit because of the spooky vibes and humor. I loved it a lot. I wasn't expecting, Gray. I will say that Gray, I see you, boo. And then the father, if you know later on, and into the girls mainly of, them disappearing and what actually happened when they came back. And then too, I love as well our main character, Iris and Vivi go in, this adventure of finding their sister and stuff, because she went missing, and usually she does, but like it's been a while and she never contacted them, so they go and find out, things. It's so good. I liked it a lot. Definitely gonna be in my head for a while, and I definitely recommend to read during spooky season. Next up, I listened to The Girls I've Been. I have a physical copy that Ramal bought me before. I gave it 4.5 stars. In this book, we have Nora, Wes, and Iris at the bank and now caught up in a heist. They're being held, obviously, by gunpoint, and secrets start spilling for the means of surviving. Nora has some stuff going on with her mother, literally changing her for the missions she puts her daughter in since she's a con artist. And we see/learn about her past and the trauma she's been through. F her mom. Honestly, I wish we had more time with Wes and Iris along with her sister, which I felt horrible for. They've been through so much of them being con artists for so long, it's crazy, you know, like she doesn't even know her own identity. She doesn't know who she really is as a person. And yeah, I really like the messages as well in this one, so really good. And I think too, coming a movie, and there's a book too. I don't know if I'm gonna read or listen to book 2, but we'll see in the future if I do or not. Next up, I finally finished this arc I had gotten a while back, Endgame by Michaela Jean Taylor. I gave it 4.5 stars. Adored this book from the series. I do admit I felt like it was more focused on the romance, but I didn't mind it since we do get to know the characters and this whole plot happening in this book between our main character because of this guy. Because she's been, you know, at the bar. Even though it's connected as well to the other first 2 books in the Rocky Mountain series, I believe is what it's called. Recommend reading the other ones first before you read this one, because you see some of the characters and you learn about them more, and you've seen them in other books, and it's just really cute. I adored it a lot, so that's how I feel about that one. Next up, I read Blue Period Volume 2. I gave this one 4 stars. More about our main character trying to get and discover his own art, and us learning more about the art world and the struggles they go through and everything through college and the assignments and trying to find your style, and you know, it's a lot. I loved art throughout my whole year of high school. Like ever since I was a kid, I always loved art, bringing artwork home and to doing art, and I wanted to do art before, but honestly I kind of gave up because of money wise, too much for someone like me and my family. So it's fun to read about other people's, you know, experiences and to other characters. So love being in this world, to be honest. Up, I listened to Hooked, which was a Buddy Read with Nevaeh by Emily McIntyre. I gave this one 3.5 stars. Nothing too memorable. I feel like it was just a fun, fast read with smut and some darker elements. There is some writing that I felt like could have been edited, you know, more. And I felt like, too, we were just thrown into it. So that's how I felt this one. And 2, it was kind of obvious with where this was going to go. So I wasn't too much of a fan with it, but I don't mind it, you know. It's not like a favorite book, but I still liked it a lot. Next up, I mainly listened to The Girl Who Fell Beneath the Sea, which I do have, yes, I have artwork for, and I do have signed. This was such a good book to listen to. I adored it a lot. The perfect balance for me with the romance and fantasy. The folklore was more, along with the characters. I love how Mia is so strong and determined. Definitely not a damsel in distress and just wanting to choose her own path. And then 2, of her between the right string of fate, if you know about that, of you know, the lore and everything. And it was just so good to me. I love a.k.a.'s writing. This is like her first fantasy as well too, I believe, because she mainly writes like romance with like K-pop, so this was new for her and I liked it a lot. I really do. It's such a good book. Perfect too for like this, you know, summary, I feel like too, because obviously with water element and everything. So next up, I read Blue Lock Volume 1, 4 stars. I love the story of Japan trying to win the World Cup and them setting up Blue Lock for all these forward kickers to see who's the best kicker for, you know, Japan, to see if we can win. They're doing like a testing thing with ego, and you get our main character in the beginning, Usagi, I believe. Isagi was his name, and we follow him through this journey of him in Blue Lock and him wanting to be a kicker, and to with his group of, you know, partners now, even though they're all trying to survive. They're at the lowest tier, his group, because they're Team Z. And yeah, I just love soccer a lot. I grew up watching soccer with my brothers and into the World Cups, and then I wanted to try soccer before, but I never did because of my family. But I just always grew up loving soccer, so it's the only sport I understand. So as a Latina, you know, soccer's main thing. So I love reading this and I love watching the anime. I need to continue the anime, but I bought the manga anyways because I just adore it and I love the colors of these freaking novels. Well, correction, of these mangas. Next up, I mainly listened to Sinner's Isle. I gave this one 4.5 stars. Really fun read for the summer, I admit to. You should read it for the summer. I enjoyed the magic, witchiness, and pirates. The world/island was written very well for, you know, it being possibly a duology, a series, don't know. The only problem I had was how insta-lovey it was, since it all spanned in a week and a few days. But other than that, I adore how Rosalinda's character is. And of course, Mariano being charming as always, dashing, because he's a pirate and she's a witch. And they're on this island where, you know, witches aren't supposed to be a thing. And they use them for, like, you know, courtship and whatever, to get married off with, like, higher, you know, like, kings and stuff, for money, for the lady who's the headdress. And she is mean. And comes along the pirate, and because he's following what his dad told him before he passed away about, you know, love and stuff, and then too finding path, blah blah blah. So really cute. I adored it a lot. You guys should read it for the summer. It's perfect. Next up, okay, I got the ebooks for these from Libby, and I only read them because it has literally star in the title for the prompt so I can win on my team, because I already seen the movie and I wanted to read the manga to see how different it is from, you know, the movie. Obviously, I don't really prefer it, but like I prefer the manga more than the movie. I do not like the trope of like student and teacher. Disgusting. But I mainly read it for like the other romance and the best friend. So yeah, anyways, I read Daytime Shooting Star Volume 3 because I already read 1 and 2. I gave it 3 stars. I'm not gonna go into detail about them because obviously I gave you kind of the synopsis of what it is: a teacher student, her in high school, navigating being the new girl from the countryside, and she basically lives with her uncle, and you follow her through high school, and yeah, between this teacher and this other student and her friends. So next up, I read Volume 4, gave it 4 stars. Volume 5, I gave 2 stars. Volume 6, I gave 2 stars. And then, in between, I read this manga and finished it. The Moon on a Rainy Night, obviously for prom points as well too. It's a Yuri girl love manga. I annotated, actually. It's my first manga I annotated because Chloe's gotten me into wanting to annotate mangas, which is so fun. I liked it a lot. I gave it, obviously, 5 stars. So cute, and I love the representation in this book. So much research and me learning on the way through this manga of, you know, if it only being the first volume, I learned so much about a person being, you know, deaf, because one of our characters is deaf. Well, she can still hear a bit. She can read more lips and stuff. You learn about all the information about her and, you know, the community of that. So much has happened in, like, the first volume. I was like, whoa, that felt, like, long but fast at the same time. I can't wait to see where the romance will pick up, because we're not obviously thrown right into the romance yet. We're just learning more about the characters and stuff, and the school, and them two being friends and trying to warm up to her and get to know her. And yeah, it's really cute. I don't want to give any more than that. Then you need to read it. It's so damn good, and I cannot wait to continue this manga series. Next up, back to the Daytime Shooting Star Volume 7, 4 stars. Volume 8, 4 stars. Volume 9, 5 stars. Volume 10, 4.5 stars. And then I listened to this mainly on audiobook, which is Bookish and the Beast. I gave it 4.5 stars. This has been on my shelf for a long while too, so I'm glad I could get it off of my shelf. Such a cute fast read. I adore how Rosie stuck up to herself and kept telling this one guy in the book no so many times, and her friends being there for her through all of this. When a girl says no, it means freaking no. Back off. Also, Vance, the banter between her and then a little secret I'm not going to mention, was so cute. I adored it a lot. And it wasn't annoying. The outcome of this book was really well done. It all happened so fast yet slow. It was so good to me. I loved it a lot. And how the book aspect, when you find out, it's so cute. I love it a lot. Next up, back to Daytime Shooting Star Volume 11. I gave this one 4 stars. As you can see, it starts getting a little bit higher up because of the other character. But anyways, I went ahead and I actually finished freaking SPL, which is Stars of Chaos, which is Idanme, so it's a light novel. I freaking annotated this chonker. Mainly, I annotated a lot more with it when I visited Kenzie. So we like were reading Idanme together, and this was my like only book I brought with me on this trip. So I went through it with her. Like, she saw my reactions, my annotations, and I just loved it a lot. It's so good. It's also getting weirdly stiff with the heat. I'm so sorry. I love you. I gave this one obviously 5 star, not a 6 star. Although it may change in the future. I don't know. I really love Guyon, but I don't know. I feel like I'll love it more in the series. We'll see. But right now it's a 5 star for me. And honestly, I don't know where to start in this review without gushing over Guyon. I see what Kenzie means now. The world building, chef's kiss. I adore the steampunk vibes, action, obviously the politics of this world, and the violet gold being the plot basically, which is the substitute like for oil, which is interesting, you know, so steampunk. And now Changen and Guyon's relationship is at the moment godfather and son, but obviously they're gonna be the love interest, just not now with the whole age difference, because you know book 1 it's in the past more. And yes, they are not blood related, okay y'all. Sorry y'all, my camera got too hot, so I had to cool it down for a minute. But anyways, yeah, they're not blood related. Basically, I don't want to spoil it, but they are not blood related. You need to know when you read the book. You learn so much in volume 1. And now we go to gushing about Guyon. I have so many comments on this guy. It's insane. I love that monocle guy. And he's disabled but can lead an army from such a young age. Crazy to me. And the stuff that he's been through and seen is very crazy, being a general at a young age due to like a bunch of personal stuff and things that are related to the plot I'm not gonna explain. It's just so good. I really love this Danmai, and I'm glad I read it, and I'm starting another Danmai series. So yay me. Thank you, Kenzie, as well for gifting me volume 2. Next up, I finished the ebook for Daytime Shooting Star Volume 12. Gave that one 4 stars. And then I mainly listened to this on audiobook, Jade Fire Gold. I gave this one 4 stars as well. My only issue was the ending, being rushed and hoping for another book because of the way it ended. Excuse me. And into I adore the romance and the elements of what magic is like in this world. We also follow 2 point of views, which made it easier to understand what the other person is thinking and planning. It's kind of like what people pitch as like Avatar: The Last Airbender with elements of fire and stuff. And then 2, they're trying to get the sword, which obviously is here. That's supposed to be like the yin and yang. And 2, if it's white or black, that can destroy / save the world. So yeah, it's a lot. I'm not gonna spoil anything else, but it's really good and I adored it a lot. Oh man, we're not even done, y'all. Next up, I mainly listened to XOXO by a.k.a. You can see I read a lot of her books this month. I'm very proud of myself. I also have even fan art with this one. It's so cute. And I have a sign as well. I gave this one 4 stars. Such a cute, fast YA read. My only tick was that there wasn't really much happening with her mother, which I felt like could have been discovered more. I also adored the friends that she made through this journey of her going to Korea because of her grandmother, and so she wants to know more about that side of her, since Jenny is an American / born here and stuff and privileged. So yeah, I also adored the French. Oh, and also too, I felt for Jenny, because her knowing a little bit of Korean, but like as well too, trying to fit in here at this new boarding school, and she kind of runs into someone who's popular as an idol back in America, and then now going to, Korea. It's like, hey. So yeah, I really loved it a lot. So especially as me getting into K-pop this year, hardcore is just fun and amazing to me. Next up, I've started this series and I finished it. 4.5 stars of Sailor Moon. I freaking adore. I need to watch the anime, okay, y'all? Like, so much happening in Volume 1. Adored Usagi's character and Luna trying to help her through all of this of being Sailor Moon and finding the other guardians. We learn about the enemy and tuxedo mask as well in Volume 1, which is crazy to me. We learn so much in Volume 1, but then again, too, it's like the really thick version. It's like the collection version. So I enjoyed it a lot. I can't wait to, watch the anime. And 2, apparently I heard it's getting reboot. Don't know. Don't quote me on that, but I can't wait. And then as well too, I don't have the manga with me, but it's my boyfriend's. I read Sakimaro Days Volume 1. I gave it 3.25 stars. I'm seeing it going around a lot, and it's actually really wholesome and fun, to be honest. Like an ex-hitman working, at his wife's convenience store. And he has a kid, he has a whole, life he put back in the past of being an ex-hitman. And then one of his ex-partners comes and, tries to, get him off because, hitman stuff. And you just see their journey of them too, because now he becomes one with him of like a family, and it's just silly and cute, and I love the rules that the wife put the ex-hitman on and them. It's so cute. I love it a lot so far. Okay, next up, I mainly listened to this on audiobook. Book of the month pick I had, which is Dispels Love. I gave it like a 3.25 star. Nothing too memorable, nothing like my favorite. I like the concept a lot though. I know it won't stick to me for the long run, so this rating seems about more comfortable for my tasting. The smut was good, I admit, and I just wanted to see more love interests together in the right timeline. I feel like it was raw from us. If you know, you know. Basically, timeline thing, it's something about path and love. It was okay to me. Next up, I read this manga, which is Fly Me to the Moon Volume 2. I already read Volume 1 before. I gave this one 4 stars. So cute. I love the romance so far, and I can't wait to see it blossom more, and I can't wait to continue the anime as well. Next up, I gave 5 star Blue Lock Volume 2. I'm not gonna say anything too much because it's just more following them doing the fighting / playing more with the other teams so they can get top. And oh my god, I realized I was holding it upside down. But as well too, it's soggy. Have my feet kicking in the air. That's literally what the review is. Next up, Volume 3, 5 stars of this one. Man, I got so angry with this one because of a certain someone. Also, our pink boy finally coming into play. And then next up, I finished Sailor Moon Volume 2, which I gave 5 stars. The train interrupted me, so I don't remember what I was saying. But Once again, a lot of stuff happens, but the main thing I want to point out is Usagi being, you know, not gonna spoil anything, and Tuxedo Man. We even get to know all about their past lives, you know, them being guardians. So I also got sad once again when it ended on a cliffhanger, because what do you mean that just happened? What do you mean? That's crazy to me. What the heck? Next up, I annotated the moon on a rainy night as well. I gave this one 5 friggin' stars. You know I had to. I don't even know where to start other than I feel for Kanon. Back then, the shit she went through was not okay. I can't wait to see how Saki will figure out these feelings in the next volume, because it kind of ended on that, and I don't have volume 3 because I'm on a book ban, but it's okay. It's okay. And next, we're almost done, y'all. I read / finished, obviously, Witch Hat Atelier. Do not know how to still pronounce that. I gave it 4.5 stars. Oh no, poor Coco, she's just trying. Come on, girls. Like, and then ended on a cliffhanger too, and I can't buy the next one. Why? Just why? I love the art too in this book. It's so good, it's so beautiful and unique, and I love it a lot. And then, last but not least, I listened to this on audiobook, which is Blood Like Magic, which is number 1. I gave it 4.25 stars. Voya Thomas has a task for the trial to come into her power, and that is to sacrifice her first love in order to save the family's magic. Behold a genetic matchmaking program the market and Voya paired with Luke, basically. Voya has to figure out what's more important to her in order to complete this trial. Love or her family, magic, and losing her sister. The stakes are high, and I liked it a lot, and I am currently listening to the second one. So good so far. But anyways, yeah, that's it for my wrap up. I hope you all like this video. It was a fast one. I'm so sorry if I'm like anxious and like talking very fast. It's just so hot, and I just wanted to get this wrap up out to y'all. But yeah, I hope you all like my wrap up. I read so much books this month, even though I was working overtime. So grateful. And too, I traveled and went to go see concerts. Highlight of my last month, honestly. Or yeah, last month. But this month, I'm gonna try to slow it down. Obviously too, still working overtime. Yeah, I'm gonna take it very easy this month so that I can do a lot of stuff in July, because so many birthdays and like so many concerts I'm going to as well, and it's crazy. And thankfully I'm gonna have some days off too, thank God. But yeah, anyways, I will see you all very soon, hopefully. Yeah, love you all, bye.